Hi guys, in this video I want to talk to you about how to deal with attention deficit disorder. And I will say right off the bat that I never was officially diagnosed with attention deficit disorder, but I don't need to spend time on it. I don't have much time to waste on anything. So I don't need an official diagnosis. I just know that my brain works in a very unusual way compared to people that I know, but I know that it is my superpower rather than a disability. So I actually just find a way to still be a high-performing person, despite the fact that I have all kinds of symptoms that people describe when they have attention deficit disorder, such as not able to sit in one place for a long time, not able to pay attention, just switching between things, having a million thoughts running through their head, many ideas, wanting to work on many different things at the same time, just getting distracted, really struggling to focus on things. So I have been living with it for 40 years now, so I have some tips and tricks on how I was able to leverage it instead of stopping me from being a high-performing person. So let's speak about this in this video because I know that many of you may be struggling with this as well. And I'm going to show you some parts of my week, and I'm going to show you some things I do to help me still be a high-performing person. In fact, maybe I'm pretty sure be more high-performing than if I didn't have this attention deficit disorder. This week, I'm starting to develop because it will take some time, a course content for Speak Without Limits, basically our executive presence and communication program. So I'm going to start recording now some of the content for it. I want to record the first module today. The first module has 9 lessons, so a lot of work to do. And this is one of my offices. You can see a lot of whiteboards. I received a request a couple of times from you guys about explaining what is going on with those whiteboards. So let me just briefly show you what I do with whiteboards, how I use it to help me with the attention deficit disorder situation. So let me take you to the whiteboard I have specifically for the course I'm recording right now. So this is work in progress, which is the best way to show what is actually going on with them. This is a whiteboard that I'm currently using for developing Speak Without Limits, which is our executive presence and communication coaching program content. So right now I have modules here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 modules. And then different things that I want to include. I just put them on sticky notes and I just put them here in this corner. And you can see there's a little number at the bottom of each sticky note. And that number corresponds to a Word document where I have details on what I want to include in that lesson, if it ever makes its way to the actual course. Because of course, I don't have unlimited space. I cannot spend a month recording a course for full days. I need to pick the most important things. This is a level 1. We will have a level 2. But this is a level 1 for really making a transformational change for people who will be going through this program in how they speak and how they come across. Because this is something that I went through for the last 2 decades. I worked really hard on changing how I speak and how I present myself to the world. And I went from being basically ignored in every room to being able to speak on stages and just be able to speak to pretty much anybody at any level of professional achievement and hold their attention and build a relationship. And so I want the same for my clients. And so what's happening is that in pink, I have the names of the modules here. And then underneath, I will have up to 10 lessons in each module, and I will have to pick what I want to include. So this is what I included so far. This may change. I'm kind of comfortable with what I'm doing with the first module because I'm going to record it today. I had to make sure I'm comfortable. But the rest, as I'm preparing each module, I may move things around. I may remove some things, and I may move some stuff from here, and I may even add some additional stuff. But this is basically the big picture view of what the course will look like at the end. And here I have some additional thoughts as well to include for each lesson. But again, I just put them at the bottom because it is likely that I will just not have the space, because I cannot do more than 10 lessons per module to keep it manageable for people to go through the course. So I hope this explains how I managed to keep things organized. So again, in summary, I use the whiteboard, I use sticky notes, I put modules in a kind of a different color, and then I decide what I want to include for each module. I plan about 10 lessons per module, usually including introduction and conclusion. And then once I have kind of big picture in terms of modules, I map out what I want to include in each module. And then I have some additional things I really would like to include, but I probably will not have space, but I may move things around and still include it at the end. And this is what it looks like. And I have a similar thing going on for my books. So if I have a book, I have chapters and I have subsections kind of within a chapter that I want to include. And that's how I plan out things. And then I usually also have a Word document where I have the bullet points that I want to include in each subsection of the chapter or each lesson within a module of a course. So that's it. Hope it helps. This is what my office looks like. So here I have a recording space for podcasts. And for some videos, I also use this microphone. But I also have another microphone that I use on top of this camera. And I usually just use that microphone, at least lately. And then I have this huge screen curved monitor that I'm able to use to check books, which makes it much easier to use. And now I'm going to set up everything and I'm going to start recording that module 1 for the Speak Without Limits course. So this is what my setup looks like. I'm going to be recording video here and audio here as my primary audio, and then I'm going to have secondary audio here. And I will have my notes on my laptop if I need it. Now there's an issue with this camera. You have to really watch it to make sure that it actually is in focus. The first thing I'm going to record right now is a video for my partner and friend Ray Bram, who needs it for his website. So it's a testimonial. I think it's very important to support people that you work with and that add value to your life. So I'm going to record that quick testimonial for Ray, and then I'm going to start recording module 1 for Speak Without Limits. So I just finished recording testimonial for Ray. And a big part of managing my attention deficit disorder and just staying productive throughout the day is what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to have a very good rhythm. I cannot always do it because I have a lot of calls, and some calls are 2.5 hours. But when I can, when I'm not responsible to be working with someone else, when I can just control my own time completely, I'm alone, I'm working by myself. What I do now, and it works very well for me, is I try to work in intense 25-minute increments, and then I set a time on my phone for 7 minutes, and during those 7 minutes, this is my time, and that time is spent reading. So I take one of the books. I have a lot of books that I want to read, so I take a book and I just lay down on my couch. This is a kind of a room attached to my office. And I just lay down on my couch and rest for a little bit, 7 minutes. And then I go back and do another intense 25 minutes. And it helps me to focus during those 25 minutes because I know that I just need to do it for 25 minutes and then I can read. And I love reading, so it's kind of like a reward for me. I'm now going in for another at least 25 minutes of intense work. It may be more because I'm recording, so if I'm in the flow and the lesson goes for 1 hour, then I will do 1 hour. But if I finish earlier, then I will try to go for 25 minutes of intense work, and then I will be back here reading for another 7 minutes, because it helps me just lay down, rest a little bit, and also allows me to have enough time reading, which is very important because I need to always be able to bring the best things to my team, to my company, to my clients. And so allowing this time to learn but also execute every day is very powerful. So now before I go in, I actually had one of those. So this is a dietary supplement. Again, you need to check with your doctor if you can have it or not, but I like them. They apparently just help your brain work a little faster. It just adds something to your brain, whatever the brain needs to work a little faster. And I think that it helps a little bit. I can feel a little bit of more clarity when I have one of them. Let's see, how many you're supposed to have? One soft gel 1 to 3 times per day, or is directed. So because I have it on an ongoing basis, I usually have one a day. Again, check with your doctor what you can have. And this is what they look like inside. Little capsules. Very easy to swallow, and for me it's difficult to swallow quite few of capsules or tablets, especially tablets are hard to swallow, the big ones like calcium. So I really like it. I always try to make sure that I have it, but again, check with your doctor. Okay, let's go, continue working. So I think that if you have attention deficit disorder, don't think that it is some kind of disadvantage. In my own experience, I don't believe I need some kind of medication for that. I think it is my superpower, and it comes with certain limitations. It comes with certain things that I need to understand about myself and how my brain works. But it also comes with superpower that people who don't have it don't have. And it's all about just taking the cards you have been given and making the most of it. And also finding people to add to your team that have the qualities that you need, like being super organized and being able to think in a linear way. This is something that can help you, because you can delegate to them tasks that you are not very good at, and then you can be really focusing on tasks that where you excel tremendously, the way a person without attention deficit disorder can never excel. So don't think that you have some kind of disadvantage. I think that what you have is a huge advantage, and it's all about understanding how to leverage it for your life.